students. Today we will continue our chapter statistics and meaning and scopes. Before we start the chapter, we just recap the previous session. Previous session we just discussed about the what is economics. Different definition given by different economists. Wealth definition by Adam Smith. Welfare definition by Alfred Marshall. Scarcity definition by Professor Robbins. And growth oriented definition by Samuelson. What is economics? We already discussed with the help of this 4 definition. And what are the economic activities and what are the non-economic activities? So economic activities are those activities which are undertaken to earn a living. Just like workers are working in a factory, shopkeeper selling goods in his shop, etc. Under this, some important aspect is there, that is the consumption, production and distribution. So we can say the consumer is the economic agent who buys the goods and services to satisfy his want. Producer is one who produces the goods and services for the generation of income. Service holder, a person who is in job and gives his services as a factor of production and is getting paid for it. Example, government teacher, etc. Service provider, a person who provides the service to other for a payment, just like transportations, auto driver, etc. So these are the main activities of economic activities. Non-economic activities. Non-economic activities are those activities which are not concentrated with the creation of money or wealth are known as the non-economic activities. Just like example, housewife cooking food for her family or teacher teaching his own daughter or son. These are the examples of non-economic. We already seen this much in the previous lecture. Now we will start our today's topic, that is statistics. What is statistics? What is the meaning of statistics? What are the scope of statistics? When we are talking about the statistics, it is a tool of the perfect measurement of the economics. It may be defined in a 2 main senses. First is the singular sense and second is the plural sense. Statistics in the singular sense, it defined as the collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. It means the stages of the singular sense. There are the different stages. Collection of data. So there are 2 methods of collection of data, census method and sample method. When we are talking about the next organization of data, so the data collected in raw form, if organized, it involves the 3 steps. First, editing, second, classification and third, tabulation. Next, third is the presentation of data. It means the collected and organized data is presented into the diagram or the graphical form. Next is analysis of data. So, analysis of data is generally used. Method of the analysis are measures of central tendency, measures of variation, correlation, index number, etc. And last, is interpretation of data. This means drawing conclusion from the data. It is difficult task and requires high degree of skill and experience. So these are the stages of statistics in the singular sense. Now the statistics in the plural sense. In the plural sense, statistics are defined as the statistical data. The statistical data is the numerical which has the following characteristics. First, statistics are the aggregate of facts. It means single and isolated figure are not statistics because they are unrelated and cannot be compared. Second, statistics are affected to the market extent by the multiplicity of causes. Facts and figures are affected to the large extent by a number of forces operating on them. Next, statistics are numerically expressed. All statistics are expressed in numbers. Qualitative statement do not consider as a statistical statement. Next, statistics are collected in the systematic manner. Data collected in the haphazard manner is very likely lead to the wrong conclusions. Statistics are collected for the predetermined purpose. The purpose should be well defined and specific. Statistics should be placed in the relation to each other. The data should be the comparable. And it is most important, that is the reasonable accuracy when we are collect our data, that data and source are the reliable or accurate. Basic relationship between economics and statistics. When we study the basic problems facing a country, such as poverty, inequalities of income, etc., these studies require that we know more about economic facts. Such economic facts are also known as economic data. Most economic data are quantitative. For example, statement of the economics like the production of rice in India has increased from 89.14 million tons in 2009 and 10 to 111.01 million tons in 2017-18. So this is called the quantitative data. When we are talking about in the addition to the quantitative data, economics also use the qualitative data. But it is such a manner that we can't compare the data perfectly, because qualitative data is not measured in the numerical terms like beauty and the intelligence. But when we are talking about the quantitative data, measures in the numerical terms and price and income. Scope of statistics. Statistics is the collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. According to the above definition, the scope of statistic is to be include the following. Collection of data. Statistics involves the collection of data. Collection of data forms the foundation of the statistical analysis. The purpose of the collection of data from the various sources is to show the evidence for the reaching a sound and clear solution to the problem. Organization of data. This involves the arranging or classifying the things into groups or class based on some criteria. The purpose of the classifying raw data is to bring order in them so that they can be subjected to further statistical analysis easily. Next, presentation of data. The next step is to presentation or present the data in the various forms. There are two major forms of presentation of data. First, tabular presentation, and second, diagrammatical presentation. Presentation of data is important so that the data collected could be made usable, readily and easily comparable. Next, analysis of data. The data then are summarized by the calculating various numerical indices such as mean, variance, standard deviation, etc. that represent the broad characteristics of the collected set of information. Interpretation. The last stage in the statistical investigation is interpretation, like drawing conclusions from the data collected and analyzed. The interpretation of data is a difficult task and necessitates a high degree of skill and experience. Now, importance of statistical in economics. Statistics method help analyze the economic problems and formulate the policy to solve them. It enables the economics to present economic fact in the precise and defined form. Helps in the statistic finds the economic relationship using the data and varies them. Economic forecasting through the statistical studies. In economic policies, statistics plays the vital role in the decision making. It is the quantitative expressions for the economic problems used for intersectoral and the intertemporal comparisons. Economically try to find out the cause and effect of the relationship between the different sets of data. All these 10 important statistics are given to you. So we bifurcate these 10 in the 3 points also. Statistical method helps analyze economic problems and formulate the policy to solve them. It means statistic is an indispensable tools of the economics that help him to understand an economic problem. Using its various methods, efforts is made to find the causes behind it, which with the help of the qualitative and quantitative fact in the economics problems. Statistics find the economic relationship using data and verifies them. What happened to the demand for the commodity when its price increase or decrease? Would the supply of the commodity be affected by the change in its own price? Would the consumption expenditure increase when the average income increase? What happens to the general price level when the government expenditure increase? Such questions can only be answered if any relationship exists between the various economic factors. In economic policies, statistics plays a vital role in the decision making also. For example, in the present time of the rising global oil prices, it might be necessary to decide how much oil India should import in 2025. The decision to import would depend on the expected domestic production of oil and demand for the oil in 2025. Without the use of statistics, it cannot be determined what is the expected in the future domestic production of oil and the likely demand for it would be. Thus, the decision to import oil cannot be made unless we know the actual requirement of oil. This vital information that helps to make the decision to import oil can only be obtained statistically. So these are the importance of the statistics in economics. Now we just discuss the functions of statistics. First function, it presents the fact in the definite form. Statistics enable and the economics to prevent the economic fact in the prices and definite form that helps in the proper comparison of what is stated. When economic facts are expressed in the statistical terms, they become the exact. Exact facts are more convenient than the value statements. Next is it helps in the considering the mass data into a few numerical measures such as mean, median and mode, or variance also, dispersion also. These numerical measures helps to the summarize data. For example, it would be impossible to remember the income of all the people in a data if the number of people is very large. Yet one can remember easily a summary figure like the average income that is the obtained statistically. In this way, statistics summarize and the presents are meaningful overall information about a mass of data. Next, it facilitates the comparison. Unless the figure are the compared without the other of the same kind, they are often devoid of any meaning. The reader would not get the clear picture from the statement. But if we make a statement that the production of rice is 2019-20 is like to be the 120 million tons as compared to the 110 million tons in 2018-19, it conveys a definite meaning. It helps in the prediction, future plan के लिए. For instance, the economist might be increased in the predicting the change in the one economic factor due to the change in the other factor. For example, he or she might be increased in knowing the impact of today's investment on the national income in future. Such an exercise cannot be undertaken without the knowledge of statistics. It helps in the formulation of plans and policies. Sometimes formulation of plans and policies require the knowledge of future trends. For example, an economic planner has to be decided in 2019 how much the economic should produce in 2020. In the other word, one must know what could be expected level of the consumption in 2020 in order to decide the production plan of the economic for the 2020. In this situation, one might make the subjective judgment based on the guess about the consumption in 2020. Alternatively, one might use the statistical tool to predict the consumption in 2020. That could be based on the data of consumption of past year or the recent year obtained by the survey. Thus, the statistical methods help to formulate the appropriate economic policy that solve the economic problems also. That's all for today. Tomorrow we will discuss the next topic is collection of data. It is our next part of the chapter, that is collection of data.